What's going on, everyone? Jack here from Half-Chrome. Today I'm going to tell you about this guy. This is the Potensic D68, and it's a drone you can get from Amazon. It's about $250. Now, haven't flown a Potensic drone before, so I really wasn't sure what to expect. I think you might be pleasantly surprised. Or is it another one of those gotta stay away drones? Let's find out. All right, so as you can see, this is a foldable drone. We got to start with these back ones, fold them back first. Then you can slide the front ones out. And then we even have some little landing gear in the front. Actually, build quality on this is really pretty darn nice. I was actually very pleasantly surprised with the build quality. You can see the camera here. Now they claim a 4K camera, we'll talk about that, but it's sitting on some dampeners. That's going to be good to kind of help with jello. Now I flew this thing in some really intense winds and it actually held up pretty darn well. So now they're going to tell you that's a 25-minute flight time, and that's probably a little bit heavy, right? Probably 20 minutes is about what you can expect. But this thing did fly really darn well in the wind. Now you can see it is an optical flow drone. We've got a little camera here to help sense the ground. So if you don't have a really strong GPS signal and you're flying low enough to the ground, this will pick that up and help stabilize the drone. Actually found that it found the satellites pretty darn well, and the app was pretty intuitive and easy to use. You can see there's a little slot down here on the bottom where the SD card goes, so you can store your videos and pictures. Now, you can take pictures and videos and they will store on your phone, but the quality is much better if you use an SD card. And actually, it's kind of strange because if I take a picture and I save it to my phone, it's going to give me 4K quality. But it's not as nice, right? The picture that I save on the device on the SD card comes in at 2048 by 1152 or some resolution like that, which is lower than the 3840, whatever that you save on the phone. But the picture quality is clearly better on the SD card. Now, it's not all about pixels, guys. There's a lot more that goes into quality when it comes to recording pictures and video. Now, the remote here actually is pretty darn nice. It comes with this little card here that tells you what the buttons do. This is my GPS button, turn it off and on. This is my follow me button, orbit button, and high and low button right here. Off and on button, return to home. My antennas just fold up here. And there's then this piece that I clip into the back to hold my phone. It's kind of a standard hobby grade remote, but it works pretty well. It does charge USB-C with included cables, and that's nice because I don't have to go find AA's or anything like that. Look at this, a nice carrying case. This drone comes in a nice hard case. Everything fits in here pretty nicely, and you can see there's even room for more stuff. So if I was to add, say, an extra battery or something later on, that would be a bonus. Now, the instruction manual here is actually pretty easy to understand, which surprisingly is not always the case when it comes to drones. Now, this guy is available from Potensic, like I said before. When you buy something from Amazon, you know just kind of there is a higher level of reliability and customer service than you're going to get from, say, something that you order from overseas, from kind of these fly-by-night companies. Amazon has a great return policy, so if you don't like this thing, there's that. Now, the $250 price tag is kind of steep if you ask me. Now, I do like the drone. I do like the way that it flies. I tested the follow me and the orbit, and they work. I like all of those things, but it's the camera that I think lacks a little bit in the $250 quality comparisons, right? So it is not really 4K. It's 2K and it's upscaled specifically when you're, saving things on your phone. And that's the lesser of the two qualities. You're definitely going to want to save to the SD card, like I said before. I like that you can control the gimbal, so you can even pan it straight down and kind of that nice bird's eye view. But there's no electronic image stabilization and there is no gimbal on this drone. So at $250, that's kind of a deal breaker if you ask me, because you can get a drone for about $200 with a gimbal or electronic image stabilization. It's going to take really nice video. Now, again, we're not talking high quality or professional video. All right, so this is a look at some of the video that you can record with this drone. Now, this is saved directly to the SD card, which I promise you is higher quality. You get 5 megabits per second saving to the SD card, which you only get 2 if you save it to your phone. You also get 25 frames a second on the SD card versus 20 if you save it to the phone. Now, this is that top-down look, so I controlled the gimbal, moved it down, and it's actually following me. It's actually doing a nice job. It follows the GPS on the phone or the remote, which is helpful. Now, this is kind of a peek into the app. You can kind of see I get lesser quality. You know, if it's recording to my phone, this is what you see. You lose a few frames here and there, but we're doing a little orbit here. It works. You can rotate the drone inside or out to do the orbit. Works well. If you're after high quality video, you're going to want a gimbal. Now, Potensic does make something with a gimbal, the Dreamer it's called, and I'm anxious to get my hands on that because that looks like a really nice high quality drone that is kind of affordable. So stay tuned. Hopefully we'll see one of those and how that performs. Now, the pictures coming out of this thing are nice, but you do have a little bit of distortion. So, you know, it's kind of hard to really say, hey, yes, go ahead and buy this thing. You know, is it a good beginner drone? Absolutely. Does it have some really nice features? It sure does. It flies well. I like the case. I like the package. I like getting it from Amazon. So there are some bonuses here, but when it just comes down to it, I don't like the shaky video. That's kind of a deal breaker if you ask me. Okay, so what I recommend in this price point, if you don't want this thing, well, there's the Bugs 12 or the Bugs 20. I like both of those drones. I also like some of the Beast Pro drones, specifically the Beast Pro Max, the Beast Pro 3, that has a nice full 3-axis gimbal. Now, I still don't think you're going to get semi-professional quality out of any of those drones for something like that. The lowest entry-level drone I'd recommend is one of those minis, right? Whether it's the DJI Mini, the Mini 2, the Xiaomi Mini, or even the upcoming Hubsan Mini. They're kind of that $400-ish range, but you're going to get a real 3-axis gimbal. You're going to get some better stabilization, some better features. But again, you got to pay a little bit more to get stuff like that. So overall, this is a fun little drone, but probably not something that I would recommend at $250, $260. Now, if this thing comes down to about $200, $150, yeah, I'd jump on it, right? The Potensic D68. There were a lot of things I did like about this drone. Nice controller layout, easy to read manual, fun to fly, but at the end of the day, not going to cut it for me. But I'm going to let you make your own decisions. Hopefully this was helpful. If it was, give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. If drones are your thing, we got you covered here at Half Chrome. We also have a website, halfchrome.com, as well as a handful of other social media outlets. So make sure you follow us there. If you want a drone, we give away a drone once a month to one of our Patreon subscribers. Details for that information down below. Hey, good luck everyone and happy flying.